as of Friday, about 1:30, I think it was, that he would be retiring October the 1st. Also, he gave with me his APERS application for retirement. We called the local paper and asked them if they could run this for this meeting today. And anyway, there was a miscommunications in the Cougar, and that did not happen. It happened online on several places, but we feel like that at this time that it would probably be our best interest just to have a special call meeting Monday night to address it, to make sure that there is no challenge in the future on this. Jonathan, would you want to talk to that?
Yeah, I've had several questions from some of y'all in the media. Why we have to publish this prior to the meeting, because that's what the law requires. 1414-1309 requires us to publish a resolution to declare a condition of vacancy prior to the meeting, at which we will consider that resolution. And like Judge Fight said, inadvertently that was not done in this case. So what would probably be appropriate is, if it's the will of the court, to call a special meeting at 7 o'clock Monday immediately following the finance meeting. And we'll change the dates on that resolution and get that submitted back to the paper so that they can either run it Sunday or Monday, and it will have been published prior to Monday's meeting. And I'd be happy to take any questions.
Does it have to be a printed version, like a hard printed version?
Yes.
I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, if you would state your name, come up to mic, we would recognize you guys.
It's just a very simple question. My name is Amy Owen. Are you guys going to take the steps to make sure that the paper actually prints this?
Ask the gentleman sitting behind you.
Don't smile unless you're going to ask him.
Okay.
It will be there.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay,
I have a question.
yes.
Gene Gentry. I understand what we're doing. I think it's beneficial for the county. I really just want to make sure there are no sweetheart deals in this conclusion to this fiasco. As in, we'll call off the investigators, we're still missing cop cars, money, and a half a dozen different things. Those are not false allegations. That's been in the paper, it's been proven. I want to make sure, again, no sweetheart deals.
To answer your question, there has been a special prosecutor assigned to this. That was late Friday afternoon.
And you might add, Judge, nothing this body does here will affect what the special prosecutor.
No, I understand that, but I've been involved in politics for 45 years. I understand the machinery and what wheel turns what wheel. And I've seen more sweetheart deals than you could ever count in your lifetime, from the top all the way down to the bottom. So that was just my concern, and I understand the Quorum Court does not have the authority, but I think the Quorum Court needs to be very careful not to implicate there could be a sweetheart deal in the future, as in having him go to work for the county November 1st. Bottom line, it's got to be very transparent, because I jumped on this horse and I'm not crawling off of it. It's nothing personal against Sheriff anything.
Well, and again, say these people sitting around this table, the only thing that they know or they've got is what they have received. And no one's doing any such thing like what you're saying right there.
I understand, but again, like I just said, in wording over retirement versus resigning, go to Webster, it's the same thing, you're leaving your job. And I understand, you got the right to change your retirement if the job is not being posted. But it just needs to be as transparent as possible, because there's too many people that have called me because they have not known me in the past, and I'm not coming up with fictitious supporters, and I'm not running for anything. But I've had people from out of state now that have got my name and number, or my number, from the State Department because of what my connections used to be. I've got a reporter from Chicago right now that's just waiting for me to call him after this meeting, and I don't want us embarrassed. I want as much transparency and as much finalization as there can possibly be.
And I would think everyone around this table agrees with everything you said.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else would like to speak at this time? Yes.
Thank you, Judge Fine. I understand your situation, and I just wanted to express my appreciation to the court and to you, Judge. Appreciate your service. I come to you today as a friend and a colleague. And as I told one JP, there's no handbook to show you how to work through a situation like this. Unfortunately, it's rare, and I think you've done the best you can. Today, I will not be able to attend the meeting Monday night. We'll have a city council meeting Monday night. But as a citizen, I would like to express my desire that you seek an interim who is neither affiliated with Saline County, but would be willing to come and fill in as a leadership role. Keep in mind that you have almost a full term or 1.5 years left of his service, or her service. And I would hope that it would be somebody that's independent, that can come with a clear objective and open mind to help us right the wrong that's currently in our Saline County Sheriff's Department. Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Linda Ives, and I want to speak just briefly to something he said about the special prosecutor that's involved. And this is a little bit of old history, but it, it gives me concern, and it certainly smacks of the scratch my back stuff that goes on here all the time. Back in 2010, when Cody Highland was running for prosecutor, he and his wife had some hot checks out. Their prosecutor recused. Special prosecutor was called in, and it was Ken Cassidy. Everything went well for the Highlands over that. And then now we hear 3 years later, and Highland comes up here to take care of a situation for Cassidy. Now Cassidy is a friend of Pennington's, and of course we understand why he recused. But it's just smacks of conflict of interest to me. I think what they were doing was letting Pennington come out with as little punishment as possible. He came out very well for the situation. I think anybody would agree. And I think they thought that that was going to nip it in the bud. Both of them declared that there wasn't anything else possibly to be done to get him out of office, which is what true. We now are looking at a statute that can be used to maybe get him out of office. Of course, that's all a moot point now that he's resigned again. But it's just the appearance of everything that goes down in this county just smacks of the same good old boy politics. One of the things I also would like to just mention briefly is I know that some of you are favoring Daniel Dodson for the interim position. And, people tell me things.
Point of
Order, yeah, we don't need to go there. You can talk.
May I just say, this goes to the missing squad car, which you
Well,
don't want to go there?
that might be reserved for Monday night. We're talking about the resolution right now to remove the sheriff.
Okay.
And I would ask you to.
I would like to speak to that then Monday night.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and I ask y'all, please keep it on this resolution that we have right now.
My name is Amy Burnett. I apologize for not introducing myself last Tuesday night. I kind of came up here on a last minute deal. My thing is, we cannot accept this kind of behavior, from law enforcement. I've been at the butt end of the wrath of drunken police officers, and it wasn't pretty. What I am concerned about is Cody Holland, being a special prosecutor, because he is with the Saline County Prosecutor's Office. I would ask that a prosecutor come in here, who is not affiliated with us, who's not affiliated with Benton. As much as I love him, please don't even bring Jack McQuarrie down here, because of his affiliations here.
Well, and again, you're talking to a body that has nothing to do with this, and Cody Highland is from Faulkner County, he's not local. So, you're really...
Okay, I'm sorry, Judge, that was my misunderstanding. Okay.
I guess you're addressing something that this court has nothing to do with. As far as who is assigned and so on and so forth. And really, the reason we're here today is to address this ordinance. We had a little snafu in the publication of it, and we're just opening it up for public comment on this. And I would ask that you keep it to this right here.
So we're here basically to discuss the vacancy.
Yep. I am terribly sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah, we're here to discuss the vacancy, yes.
And the vacancy will be as of October 1st. There's going to be no more reneging. You guys are signed tonight, that's it.
I could promise you nothing like that.
Okay. I'm going to sit down while I'm ahead.
Okay. I wish I could, but I cannot. Okay, would anyone else like to speak to this resolution? Yes.
Judge, I didn't come to speak, but I kind of resent some of the comments that's being made about the good old boys. I've served with a lot of these folks here in my sept in this county. And it kind of bothers me for somebody to get up and say that we're pulling the good old boy system on. We're not pulling the good old boy system on nobody. We're trying to run a smooth operation of county government.
Thank you. Okay, would anyone else like to speak at this time? If not, I'm going to close the public comment section. And I need a motion for Monday night for a special meeting on which to create an emergency ordinance on the vacancy.
Second.
Any
Is it gonna
discussion?
be before or after?
It will be after the meeting.
Before?
Huh?
We do it before?
We've got too much other stuff stacked in before that. We'll have to do it afterwards. Okay, any other discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Okay, Jonathan?
Just a couple other housekeeping matters. At the Monday meeting, you had directed us to prepare two items for your agenda before we knew the sheriff was going to retire again Friday, one of which is before you. It's an emergency ordinance exhibit addressing the issue you had with the vehicle. What I've done is drafted an ordinance that would apply across the board to any county elected official, deputy employee who has been formally charged with an alcohol or drug-related offense, shall have their vehicle privileges suspended immediately. Article 2, if they are found guilty of that offense, again, they would not be allowed to drive a county vehicle. And Article 3 just reinforces the idea that the county judge is custodian of county property. He'll reassign whatever vehicle that was in the possession of that employee, wherever it needs to be assigned in the best interest of the county. The only caveat I would add to this is I have not, it's strict. I mean, if you are found guilty and the county of personnel office is made aware that, hey, you've got whatever this conviction is in your past, you're not going to be allowed to drive a county vehicle. I discussed with Christie possibly putting on there a time period prior to your commencement of employment, 3 years or such, but that would be up to the will of the court. For example, if you had an employee disorderly conduct charge and involved alcohol 10 years ago and they apply for a job here and get the job, they can't drive a county vehicle the way I've got this drafted now. This is also going to hold true for any employee we have right now that has had those convictions in the past. If they have been assigned a county vehicle, they will not be allowed to under this ordinance. So I guess what I'm asking is, I need direction from y'all, whether, how y'all want this to read, and whether or not you want to consider it at your special meeting Monday night.
Would Christy know, Christy, would you know how many people that would affect that's currently a Saline County employee?
Not offhand, no, but I would not say many. If any more
Good
than.
answer.
Well, no. You know, I can't even think of maybe one, and that's it, and I'm not sure about that one.
And Jonathan, how far back does this go? I mean, if somebody got a DUI 20 years ago, is that still gonna be?
This, and I'm not sure as far as how long it.
Well, what it really, the way I read it, and correct me, Jonathan, like if I was 16 years old, had a minor possession, I would not be able to drive a county vehicle today.
I would think there needs to be a time limit on
I
it.
would.
I would say within the last 7 years. Just have everybody else read that.
Oh, excuse me, go ahead.
I don't think we need to find out how many people this is going to affect, because I think we need to pass it regardless of how many people it affects. If it's half the county employees, then it's half the county employees.
Sure, but I think there needs to be a time limit.
I agree, but I don't care about knowing how many it's going to
No, I
affect.
don't care either.
Pass it.
No.
Christie, do you use the example a judge or somebody gave, that if you have a 16-year-old who was convicted and at 25 applies for a county job, is that information available to you?
If they sign a release, then we can get some of the information, but if they sign the release, yes, that would be.
This is my opinion. I think that this needs to be a little more thought into it, not this quickly. And so I wouldn't rush to try to pass something that could be pretty devastating.
It could always be amended though.
Yeah, and for the record, I didn't have one at 16, okay?
That's not what I meant.
Well, I mean, 16 plus 7 years, I think you're good, right?
But anyway, I think a little more thought needs to go in this. I think if we go too quickly, we could have problems.
So not included for the agenda, or?
Well, let's send it back to Public Works if y'all are not opposed to that. And let Public Works address it. And they can address it Monday night, you know.
Yes.
It's a regular Public Works, if you don't mind.
This month.
Yeah, and we can have it ready by Quorum Court meeting.
Let's go ahead and add it to the Public Works agenda Monday night.
And I'm with the 7 years, is that?
Yes.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
change the 7
All
years.
right, we'll do that, and we'll discuss it at that time.
The second item that you've been provided is a draft resolution sponsored by Mr. Ward, Mr. Zahn. At the time, before we knew all this, this was requesting that 22nd Judicial District Prosecutor Ken Cassidy request a special police investigation. That's who it has to be. It has to be the prosecutor, or in this case now, the special prosecutor. So if you do still want to consider this, which I think that the special prosecutor has already indicated he's going to be doing, but if you do still want to do something, then we need to amend this to be the special prosecutor, not Ken Cassidy. But again, I think this issue has really been addressed.
Yeah, okay. All right, anything else?
Well, and I need direction. Does this need to be included or not?
I guess I'd like to keep it on the table as a means of having, assuring the special prosecutor does this or comes to us and explains why he needs that. I'd like to make him accountable for the investigation in this form, and I think this will do it. I agree it needs to be changed from Mr. Cassidy to the special prosecutor, but I'd like to keep it on the table as a means of encouraging him to proceed with the investigation.
And Jonathan, this will be an official record that the Quorum Court wishes the special prosecutor to go ahead with the investigation.
And again, we meet on the 23rd again. and we have our regular finance meeting and public works meeting Monday night, and we're gonna have a special quorum court meeting. I think Jonathan's purpose is, if you're wanting this on the 9th to be acted on, then he's gotta have it ready in its, in the form in which you're gonna act on it. That might be a little bit difficult if y'all end up changing it in that meeting. So again, you got the 23rd in which to do it again, or do an ordinance at that point. I would not want to, as I said again, I would like to see this happen, and I think it's gonna happen, but we still have the 23rd to do that. This process is not gonna move very quickly, I guess is what I'm saying. Do you want it to be acted on that night, the next Monday night?
Do we not have to act on it next Monday night for it to be on the agenda on the 23rd?
If you instruct us to have it on the agenda for the special meeting Monday, and you adopt it, it will be effective Monday.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, we have a special quorum court meeting, or you want to vote on it that night?
Not necessarily. I'm willing for it to go through the regular process.
Okay.
But that means getting it altered and presenting it to the committees Monday night.
We'll do that.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, I think everybody's clear on that. Okay, anything else?
One more thing.
Yeah.
We need direction from y'all as to how staff needs to handle the appointment process. As you know, we'll do a declaration of vacancy Monday night, then that will be in effect, assuming y'all pass it Monday night. Then we'll need to schedule a meeting to consider the appointment. That can be at your 23rd of September meeting. If that's when y'all want to appoint.
Can that go into executive session since it's due to employment?
That can. It is an appointment issue. Y'all can go into executive session. What I'm getting at is if y'all want to do a process whereby you have resumes submitted to the county, copies of those resumes are made for all of y'all, and y'all have got a period of time to look at those, we've got to have instruction as to when we need to run legal notice in the paper to submit your resumes and have a cutoff time so that we've got time to get copies to y'all to consider before whatever meeting you're going to do the appointment.
What is the law requiring in terms
No
of
requirements.
No requirement.
I mean, you don't even have to take resumes. That's just a typical way that counties handle when somebody resigns from office.
Yeah.
And does this person become a county employee with this
Well,
process?
They'll be the sheriff, the appointed sheriff of Saline County.
But they will apply, if the same rules for an elected official will apply to them versus rules for a county employee that's directly employed by the county? That's what I was asking.
In what context?
Well, there was a question about, if we had somebody, we could take their car and, now we have this ordinance here. I'm just trying to make sure because people are asking me and I just wanted to find out. So they would be subject to the same rules as a county employee versus an elected official. Would they still be answerable or are they going to go through that same process?
Constitutionally appointed sheriff.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else?
I would like to see us advertise for 5 to 7 business days for this. It gives us enough time for our 23rd meeting. 24th. Thank you. Corrected everybody. That would give us plenty of time to look at the resumes and then we'll go into executive session and discuss this.
Can we have them brought in through Friday the 20th,
That'd be fine with me.
but off Friday noon of the 20th?
For that.
Yes, that would work well for us, and then that way we can get copies to y'all, pick up or get to you Friday, and y'all will have till the 24th to consider.
So we're gonna make the cutoff the 20th, and then have 3 days to look at all the resumes and make a decision on the 24th.
No.
I don't think that's a good
As they
timeline.
come in,
Should be
I
fine.
can scan and email those to you at that
Okay.
time, all out.
So we might have one.
Would we wanna do an interview process? Have like a subcommittee recommend 3 or 4 to the county quorum court? I mean, I don't think we can get this done in one meeting. I mean, I think we need to do our due diligence and really look at resumes and actually interview these people, make sure we get somebody good that can get in there and do the job.
Okay, we're still gonna do the cutoff on the 20th, correct?
If he's going to do electric, back up for the board on the 20th. Today is the 8th.
Today's the seventh.
They'll take-
Well, it's closed the 15th, or the 15th also.
Well,
15th is
we,
Sunday.
you know, we are probably not gonna be able to run it in the paper till Monday, and, we hope.
Run it all.
And,
No pun intended, Brent, sorry.
So-
I mean, we could close it on the 13th. I mean, it's not like nobody know about this, okay?
Yeah.
It's very well known.
Okay.
We could run it to the 13th and close it. And get
Well, I guess what I'm saying is we, I would love to, Monday morning to advertise it and give that closing date, and then everything else can fall, what you want to do after that, interviews,
That
whatever.
following week gives us actually.
Can we advertise it without it actually
No.
legally being vacant?
No, the ad would have to run after y'all, whatever y'all do Monday.
We can start Tuesday.
And close on Friday.
Y'all give me a cutoff date, and then we'll run the advertisement, and that's all we need to do.
I like the 13th. I mean, it's not like it's not known, it's very well known.
Okay, that's what I like to do.
And that's,
Okay.
I think give us more time to.
Yes, sir.
If I hear no objections to the 13th, then we will advertise it closing on the
And
13th.
it's also Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I just figured that out.
Okay, but, and there's, and I think the public should realize that, I think the one big qualification is you have to be a resident of Saline County.
Yes.
So, they need to keep that in mind. Anything else?
We stand a background check.
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to say, I won't be here Monday night, I'm gonna be at the Chiefs Conference in Rogers, Arkansas. But I, just want y'all, everybody knows where I stand. Another thing I'd like for somebody to bring up Monday night, I won't be here, is a credit card policy that needs to be addressed quickly. And I would, hopefully y'all could bring that up Monday night, get the ball rolling.
Okay.
If Jonathan could draft something to bring forward.
Do you want to put that on the agenda?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, all right.
Sorry I won't be here to vote for it, but at least y'all know where I stand.
Well, I don't think we'll have that credit card policy.
We can have a vote, right?
We might have it by the 23rd at the soonest time.
At least y'all can discuss it in your meeting.
Y'all know when I'm gonna have surgery. Y'all got this, y'all got that down.
Okay, anything else?
Judge, I apologize. I misspoke. In my statement, I said someone outside of the county. What I wanted to say was somebody that's not currently involved in any of the law enforcement agencies in the county. Obviously, they would need to be a county resident, but somebody that's clean and unbiased and has an open mind. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
State your name,
I'm sorry. My name's Brad Moore. I'm a resident of Benton, Arkansas, currently serving my 5th term on the Benton City Council. I apologize.
Okay, and I did make one, I think I said we would be voting on the ordinance for vacancy. It is a resolution. So for clarification on that. Anything else come forward?
Motion adjourned.
All in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.